no, it works quite well. Now I have prepared some questions, well, because I was so very nervous. Now let's start at the beginning. That means
I will ask you lots of things. I'm more interested in what's going in Switzerland and Europe than you what's going here.
I tell you later what's going in Europe.
In Europe, yeah.
Yes.
And not in every country is the same. You travel in Europe too.
Yes, of course.
You go to England, France.
England, yes. Oh, we like London. We like London. It's very intimate, of course, you know. And it's not so monumental like New York.
New York is a great town. Absolutely.
Yes.
But you know, I must only tell you that New York is not America. When you go at least 100 kilometers from here, then is America.
Arizona and so.
Yeah, and the people are nice. Very nice.
Here they are very short.
Here they are just like that,
Yes,
everybody.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And on the streets they walk very, very fast. And we went to the hotel, New York Hilton, and well, I first in my life I saw that skyscrapers, and I cannot see downstairs and upstairs, and then we got 19th floor, and I went to the window and I looked back downstairs and I saw that little taxis, and then I looked upstairs and there was another building like going to the heavens. Yes.
Well, you should go to the Empire Building. Have you been there?
No, not yet. But
But listen, if you go in the plane, then I look at the plane. I love to look down.
Yet, but I think that's different because you have no connection with the earth. You know?
Right, yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And if you see the connection with the earth.
With the earth, that's better. But you know, people how describe New York. That's New York.
That's it, exactly.
The whole day. Yes. Up, down.
Yes, exactly. That's it. Yes. All that elevators. I think if the elevators in New York break down, life has finished.
But you know, when we have the lights.
Yes, the light break. Yes.
Can you imagine to stay in between 22nd, 23rd store for 24 hours? People die. Oh, that is the most dangerous thing that exists.
Weißt du den Stromausfall?
Aha, ja.
That's very dangerous.
Straszna pasta. Understand? No. C'était dangereux. C'était dangereux quand our parents you understand French?
Yes, of course. Yeah,
we speak only with French at home.
Yes?
I speak French, that's my language.
Yes? Oh, I see.
With my wife we speak French all my life.
Not Italian?
No. I understand the time, but we speak French.
Yes, I speak better French than English usually, but...
Vous pouvez parler français si vous voulez, je peux faire en français.
Non, maintenant j'ai étudié l'anglais, il faut continuer.
Non, ça m'est tout à fait égal. Si on a commencé en anglais, on peut continuer en anglais.
Now, let's start at the beginning.
But it works?
Yes, it works now.
That is it?
Yes, I bought it today.
Really?
Yes, $5.
That's not much.
No, that cost $100. Only that micro was $5.
But that cost $100. That you had from Switzerland.
No, I bought it here.
Why?
For that interview.
But you could buy it in Switzerland.
Yes, but I think it's cheaper. That equipment is cheaper in the United States. Yes, yes. Stereo equipment is very expensive in Switzerland.
The Swiss franc is very expensive.
Yes, now especially, of course. Now let's start at the beginning. That means at your concert a week ago in Carnegie Hall, it was especially announced for overseas people, and there were plenty of people from Japan to Germany. Were there for you any differences between those overseas guests and, say, an ordinary American public? the reaction of the people? Was it different?
They were warmer because they didn't see me for so many years. So naturally they were more excited, especially the Japanese. They're very emotional, the Japanese. And but the Americans are exciting too, but I would not take it away from them. But it was 50-50, No, it was more overseas audience. Americans were up because they were cheaper seats, and so they couldn't buy it at the. But the thing is that you see, my manager did it very well, but he did one mistake. He didn't approach the musical organization in Europe. He did the whole thing through the Travels Bureau.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, that's not enough. He said that next time if he will do something like that, if he next time will come, he would even approach the conservatory, the Hochschules, all those things, but the music is, that means it is important. Because otherwise only wealthy people can come, who can afford to come there. But they give them a package of 10 days, 8 days, 7 days. They can go to university, to other concert, to ballet, to theater, to museum, to God knows what, other concert too.
That would be fine.
Yeah, this time too they can go. You can stay 10 days, 3 days, 4 days, 6 days, everything paid, the hotel, food. The food you find not very good here.
Till now, not very good. Well, I must say, I eat my best spaghettis I have ever eaten at Mercurio's. That's an Italian restaurant. Spaghetti alla carbonara, perfetto, veramente perfetto. I migliori spaghetti che ho mai mangiato. But I had to pay $10 for one portion.
For you, $10 is in Swiss francs.
Oh, 20 francs.
It is a lot.
Yeah. In Switzerland.
You found a deal more expensive in Switzerland?
Yes. Extremely expensive.
And Swiss used to be the most expensive nation in Europe.
In Switzerland, expensive are probably the hotels.
Yes, they are very expensive.
The hotels are expensive. That's where when you go to Borolac, you have to pay a lot of money for a good apartment.
Yes, well, that's about 160 or 200 francs. That's nearly almost $100.
One person?
One or two persons, that doesn't matter.
One room?
Yes, one room, one night. But with breakfast, I must say with breakfast, because when we started at the New York Hilton, there was no breakfast included in the price, and so we ordered it by room service, and then we got a terrible bill for one breakfast for two persons about $17. And now we are going to the coffee shop down in the street.
Sure, I think orange juice is $1.50 or something.
Even more.
Even more?
Yes.
So I find overseas audience very, those who came, naturally if they came, they will be very excited, or they will not come. But sometimes we should do it to the more musical organization too, to have interest in École Normale, I don't know, in France, and Hochschule in Germany, things like that, But he did only the travel. Yeah. Which was good, but he didn't have time. The poor man, he works, it's a big work to do.
He's in Japan now.
He's in Japan. He's coming soon. He's with Philadelphia Orchestra in Normandy. And Japan wants me already for 4 years, and I cannot decide to go.
It's about from here 20 hours with the plane or more.
Yeah,
13.
13. Not so terrible, but
The difference in hours.
a difference now is that the whole metabolism changed.
Yes, exactly.
12 hours. But I would like to go once. She was in Japan. She went there to look.
Yes?
5 days.
5 days.
You see those two kimonos?
Yes.
I tell you a very interesting story. It's a private citizen who sent Mr. Horowitz a letter saying, I shook hands with you in Houston, which was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I can't forget the moment, etc., etc., etc. And
I think he's a piano teacher.
He's a piano teacher. Nojima, his name is. One of the few names of Japanese I remember. And he said, I would love so much to come for the 8th of January for your concert, but I don't know how to get tickets. So I had reserved some tickets of different price. I had two $15 tickets. So the second call said, Miss Howard would be very glad to offer you a $15 ticket, which is in the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's high up, but you hear better,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say. So the man came, all by himself. No tour, no anything.
That's 8th of January,
So
not
this
now.
is the second time he comes to America. So next day he came with an interpreter, and he brought Mr. Holt a box here, with a Japanese box.
Oh, fine.
And he brought me this, which is, anyway, it's a double mirror.
That's beautiful.
And very beautiful. And he came, and he was so moved that I had him come to the house and receive him, and he said, I'm coming back May 7th. So I said, I'll come 3 times. I said, oh yes. You know, I never went to hear a pianist after I heard Mr. Horowitz. I couldn't. So in the meantime, he wrote a letter saying very nice things about Mrs. Horowitz, how kind she was, how she received, and he said something very funny, it's very oriental. Said, I'm a single man. If I would find, excuse me, that's what he says,
yes.
I'm not saying about it. If I would find a wife like you have, Mr. Horowitz, I certainly would marry, but under one condition. I would tell the wife, I'm marrying you, but if I go to New York to hear Mr. Horowitz, you stay home. It's very yes, you know. Then, so finally, he explained he wanted to have measurement of me and Mr. Horowitz, because when he comes on May 7th, we'll bring Japanese costume. So Japanese costume are those two kimono, which he had made specially. One for me and one for Mr. Horowitz. So he came the other day, and I showed him this Japanese screen, which is 18th century. It's signed, and it's a very rare thing because Japan doesn't let this kind of things come out.
Of course, yes.
There's a similar one in Tokyo Museum. So he came, and this girl with him dressed me up in that kimono. It took at least half an hour to dress up, because there is something down. There is something tied here. Then you tie something here, and then you make a pleat. And then there's the obi.
Yes.
And then there's another tinted collar. And then finally a little thing like this. And then he bought the socks and sandals. So he's going to write me in English how to dress. I couldn't put on the kimono like this.
It's too complicated.
Then he made that one, which is that for Mr. Hall, is a short thing, then a long one and a short one, but it's easy to put on with the thing. And this man came for the 3rd time in less than 2 years from Japan to here.
But he was in Seattle too, no?
No, he was in Houston.
In Houston?
Houston, Texas.
But Seattle was amazing.
I know, and Seattle was he always comes alone. I don't know, he must save money for a year and comes here. He comes here like Friday or Saturday, on Tuesday goes back.
But
that must have cost a fortune, because
it's wonderful.
a silk,
yes.
and the other one is alpaca, silk alpaca.
But I would never put on me. Where would I go to pay Japanese